It's Monday morning. I'll startle everyone. Thanks for coming to the public and our press, and I wanted to say thank you to our real property director for all the work that she's been doing this spring and summer, getting ready for the foreclosure sale, and calling numerous homeowners, property owners, trying to get them all squared away so they do not go into the foreclosure sale. We do have 3 people here today, so Lexi, you want to get us started?
Sure. All right, first up is Cynthia. You can take to the podium.
I can't hear you.
I know, it doesn't
That's okay.
All right, so Cynthia's property is in the town of Warrensburg, and you do have a written thing from her, but Cynthia, if you could please explain why either you need an extension or if you have, I don't know what you've done, so I don't know if you've come up with a down payment or...
Oh, I've had people send money in, but then it was returned because they wouldn't accept partial payments.
Yes, the county cannot accept partial payments.
Right. But I have not been able to raise the whole amount for a down payment. I've gone churches, different agencies. I've tried loans. I've tried just about everything I could think of to come up with the money, but I have not. I even started a GoFundMe page. I got 0 donations. I guess I'm kind of asking for forgiveness on the taxes.
Cynthia, did you reach out by any chance to North Country Ministry like I had recommended?
They were one of the ones that sent in a check.
Okay.
It was only $300 was the most that they could do.
Okay. How much did you raise? You would have needed $2,114.97.
Right. There was $500 sent in and returned. Salvation Army said that if I could raise enough to save the house, that they could give me $600, but they wouldn't give it to me until I was able to raise the rest of the money to save the house.
Right.
And then a couple of churches, one donated $150 and one donated $50, but those were returned.
Do you feel that? No. Do you feel that you would be able to come up with the in-between balance?
I have no way. I live on Social Security disability. I get $1,263 a month. So.
The county can't just forgive your taxes. I mean, I wish we could, but there's not a way for us to be able to do that. So if the committee was to give you an extension, you would still have to come up with 25%, and then you would still have to make quarterly payments.
Right. Even with the money that was promised, I'm only up to like $1,200 that I've been able to raise. And like I said, I've gone through churches and just about every agency. I've tried for a loan. I can't get a loan without a cosigner. I even tried Lending Tree, and they couldn't find a lender.
Do you still, where are the checks now that were returned?
They were returned, like North Country Ministries was returned to them.
Back to them?
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes.
How much, what's the total amount of those checks?
The checks that were returned were $500.
So we're short the difference between 21, 15, 97, 500.
Right, and then, like I said, if I was able to come up with, like, the $1,500, Salvation Army could have given me the $600, but they're not going to pay and then have me lose the house.
Well, you said you had totaled probably $1,200,
If you count the Salvation Army, yes.
so you would have still needed a difference of $400, then you're saying.
No, it would have been $900.
Yeah, but you said, so...
Oh, no, the Salvation Army was part of that.
Oh, the 600 was part of the 1,200? Oh, I'm sorry, I
yeah.
misunderstood. Okay. I don't know what direction the plan-
Supervisor Loeb?
Madam Chair. Good morning, Cynthia.
Good morning.
I'm sorry you've gotten to this point.
I understand your cash flow. What, at this point, you probably, I'm sure, have considered what your different options are going forward, depending on what happens today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, right now I don't even know how I'm gonna move. Never mind try to find a place where I can live on $1,200 a month.
Do you still work
I'm on disability.
on disability? I wonder if, have you ever, because you're in Warrensburg,
Yeah,
are you familiar with the Countryside Adult Home?
no.
Countryside Adult Home is run by the county, and I think perhaps, I think you would be eligible. And you have basically, it's a home, and they feed you meals, and they would take most of your disability check, and you would get an allowance, and on you would go.
Supervisor McDevitt?
I'm just wondering, what is the knockdown, drag-out date for an extension here that we can provide this young lady with?
It really kind of, sorry, comes down to the committee. The treasurer's office has granted extensions through September 3rd. It would really be till the end of August, but because of the holiday weekend, it extended till September 3rd for people to be able to go into installment agreements or to catch up defaulted installment agreements. I think at this point, if the committee was to grant her a longer extension, say they gave her something till the end of September, what happens is in the month of September, the county attorney's office submits to the courts. So whatever they submit to the courts, they would then, if you guys gave her a longer extension, say till the end of September, they would have to amend the paperwork to the courts. It has been done in the past. This is, limited cases that are here today, so I don't know. It does come down to you guys, but I don't know do you feel that if, say they gave you an extension till the end of September, do you feel that that is something that would work for you, that you would be able to come up with that money?
I don't know where else to go for the money.
I'm going to make a motion
Supervisor McDevitt, yeah.
that we extend it to the end of September, and maybe collectively we can try to help in an effort to see if we can't forestall you being homeless. So I will make that motion that we give Cynthia until the end of September.
Is there a second? Supervisor Strau? Any further discussion? Supervisor Loeb?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I certainly appreciate the sentiment about the extension, but from a practical matter, Cynthia, you've already said you're limited in your income.
Mm-hmm.
The taxes every year are going to be around $2,100 a year. So there's living expenses that you're struggling to make even today, regardless of back taxes. We do have options. We're living at the Countryside, which is a lovely place, and that will be within your income range. Again, it's a lovely place to live, right? And it's in Warrensburg. I don't see if we extended, it would take the pressure off us. We'd go home and feel, okay, we've done a good thing. But then you would be back here again in a month thinking perhaps that we're going to be giving you something on a platter, and that's not going to happen. Our hands are really tied not to pass the buck on anything, but there's obligations every citizen homeowner has, and everybody has to be treated equally. At least we try to treat everybody equally. So from my standpoint, I would recommend your best option would be looking into a Countryside home that's up across from the Warren County Fairgrounds. And it's a really nice place. And they have meals, they serve the meals there, and your room, and all the services you want.
Okay, thank you, Supervisor Loeb. Supervisor Dickinson?
I agree with Bill. I'm not so concerned about her paying the $2,100, but she still got outstanding $8,500. If you can't get to $2,100, how is she ever going to pay that?
Supervisor Strau?
Yes, Mrs. Hicken, I mean,
everyone here is right. You don't seem to have a revenue generation enough to keep the place. Have you considered selling it and maybe finding more affordable ones? Because I don't think Countryside, I don't think you would qualify for that. But there are certainly other living arrangements.
Right. I
That
have
would be better.
considered selling. My problem is, you know, where do I go while I'm selling?
Well, you can, I mean, one of the reasons why I'm considering the extension is that I would like to give you an opportunity to sell it, pay off your taxes, maybe have enough for finding other living arrangements that are more affordable for you. But it doesn't appear right now, given your you know, your revenue stream, that this is affordable, and you might be just digging deeper and deeper and deeper. But if you could sell it, pay these taxes off, have extra money to find more affordable living is certainly an option that I think you should consider. So that's one reason why I'm in favor of extending the time for you to consider that option.
Thank you, Supervisor Strauss. Yes.
One more point, thank you, Madam Chair. Along the line that Supervisor Stroud mentions, have you heard about or applied for Section 8? You wouldn't, as a homeowner, you wouldn't you apply for Section 8 assistance, but that allows you, if you get approved for that, that allows you to get a subsidized rent based on your income.
Right. I have not looked into that yet because I have not been looking for another place to live as of yet. And, you know, physically gone out and tried to find something.
With that, if Section 8, that would allow you to live in another $1,200 a month is very limiting as far as your options for rent.
Right.
But with the Section 8 subsidies, that your disposable income would increase considerably.
Right.
So with that along that line, I do believe she'd be eligible for Countryside, but Section 8 you would surely be eligible for also. I would support the extension to give you time to examine that. But they just reopened the Section 8 application process, and I'm sure they still have available slots.
Okay.
And that's at the Glens Falls Housing Authority, which is a federal program.
Right.
Okay, I'll take one more comment from Supervisor Driscoll, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As a rule, and everything that Mr. Pinkham has stated as far as getting resources from faith-based organizations and not-for-profits, generally their rule is that you have to become whole as far as your emergency situation before they make those funds available. And generally it's a one-time shot, not an annual shot. Sometimes it's every 3 years, 5 years. So if she was able to raise the $2,100, those organizations which she's visited most of the resources in her area aren't going to be available in the future. So that she's able to satisfy $2,100, then we've got to look at the other 3/4 of the money.
All right, I'm going to call the question. All those in favor of the extension through the end of September, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? One opposed. That carries. Thank you. Okay, Cynthia. Does she need to?
She doesn't. I wrote it down, and I'll make the treasurer's office aware. Cynthia, I mean, I'll try to reach out to you and see if there's anything else that I can point you to or guide you to. I'll check with Office for the Aging and see if they have any recommendations. But I will definitely reach out to you a little bit later today and, you know, let you know anything that I can come up with
All right.
to help. Okay?
Thank you.
We have the estate of Elizabeth Manzi. Is Laura Carroll here?
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Morning.
The property that we're speaking of now, is currently under Elizabeth Monzi, and that was Miss Carol's, mom. She has recently passed away, so Carol would like to talk to you guys, about the situation and ask for an extension.
She passed away July 3rd, and she
I'm
was,
sorry for your loss.
yep, at the end of the month, I got a notice saying that she owed $12,000 in back taxes.
Okay.
I had paid the last taxes, I guess it's 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one that paid those. I didn't know that there was anything else owed, or else I would have tried paying part of it at least. And I just need to get an extension so I could get the house in my name and take a loan out and then pay the taxes. I have a lawyer, Attorney Flower. She said I would have the deed in my name by the end of this month because there is nothing else. It's
By
just-
the end of August?
Yeah.
Okay,
And then I would go and try to get a loan.
okay. Yeah.
Loans just don't happen. Right.
Do you-
Oh, I know, I just found that out, that it, might take a little while.
Are you working with a bank for the loan?
Not
already?
yet, I just got Attorney Flower last week to deal with that,
Okay,
to find out how long it would take to have the deed in my name, and she said by the end of this month I should have it.
does she know about this foreclosure process?
Yes. yes,
Okay,
I
so she
told her.
knows to expedite
Yes.
that process?
Yes.
Okay.
If I may.
Yeah.
Have you checked with, was your mom on any type of assistance, like through social services?
No, no.
She wasn't.
She got social services when she was in the nursing home. She got help. And then I had to apply through the funeral home
Mm-hmm.
to get a plot.
Okay.
And that's the only dealings she's had with
If
them.
I may, though, you may want to double check with social services, because they do sometimes, knowing that your mom had this property, they do put liens.
Yes, I just got one yesterday, Saturday.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that, so make sure you give that information to your attorney.
Yes, I was
They
going to do
don't
that.
want it to hinder the process of you being able to get a loan.
Right.
That lien will go against the property.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Do you think that the end of September is a reasonable extension for this one as well?
I would say, and all I could say is she could stay in touch with me, and if I had to, I could take it back to committee at the end of September if they're with a bank. I don't know what else to, I would say an extension for now till the end of September, and if needed, it could come back to committee at the end of September.
Because this seems like she has a more concrete path forward to,
I mean, the home is
Up-
there, it, it has a value, I don't know if it's on here, $146, almost $147,000 value up to the home. So I'm thinking that she would be able to get a loan, it just all depends on if the social services lien. So,
which looks like it's pretty sizable.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
the lien.
17,000. I don't know where that comes from, but
I don't know. I don't know how the bank will feel about it, so it's just...
Well, the house has enough value.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if we could grant her an extension until the end of September, and then, like I said, if for some reason something
Not working as smoothly, quickly,
with the
she
bank...
could come back to the
correct,
committee.
Come back to the committee in September.
Okay, Supervisor McDevitt, sorry.
I've moved that to the end of September.
Okay,
Make a motion.
Supervisor Dickinson.
Seconded.
Any further discussion on this one? Okay, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. Thank you.
thank you so much.
Please just stay in touch
Good
with
luck.
me
Yes.
and keep me
Thank
apprised
you.
as to how it's going with the, the bank and your attorney and everything. I mean, naturally, if you get a deed, you know, sooner, then you would be able to start the loan process
Right.
sooner.
Yes,
So,
I will.
okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, so the last one that is in your pile is a William Zabo. Mr. Zabo, I do not believe, would be attending today. He did not make it back in to fill out his paperwork. I filled out the top portion for him. Mr. Zabo, he's had some financial problems before with taxes and has gotten behind before, but always came through. However, it was like a year ago, I think, he had a stroke, and so he is now out of work and can't work and has applied for Social Security disability. So he's really struggling. The other day when I talked to him, he had had a bad migraine, so he was sleeping in the morning. I woke him up, and he just couldn't talk. So he hung up on me. So I don't know. I know he is going through some court issues right now as well. I know he had told me that his power was being shut off because he couldn't afford to pay his power bill either. But he said that he did already apply for Social Security disability. He was waiting to hear back. You know, Social Security is sometimes hard. Most of the times people don't get approved their first time when they apply. That's all I really have to present on it. That's all I really know at this point.
Supervisor Straw, I see this is in Queensbury. Do you have any insight or comments? No? Okay. And this person is not here?
He's not
Okay.
here.
What about the other person on the, is there a person living with him or on the deed? No.
No. Oh. The other person is technically
that's right.
his ex-wife. They are no longer married. Her name never came off the property because the deed didn't get recorded. It's a
Okay.
long story.
Well, I would say we don't take any action. Does anyone have a different
I would
position?
agree with that, but is there a way to reach out to him and try to impress upon him the need that he's got to be represented by counsel? I mean, it just this is. Maybe can you catch him on a day when he's not having a migraine?
I tried to talk to
Yeah.
him, and like I said, I filled out the paperwork on the top portion for him. Said he had to come in and drop paperwork off at the court, so he would definitely stop and get this paperwork to fill out, and that didn't happen. So that's when I called him the next day and said, you know, you didn't show up. I was just checking to see what's happening. And he was a little disgruntled when I talked to him on the phone. So I think it's just very difficult for him because, you know, he's lost his job from having the stroke and he has no money coming in. So it's just very hard for him. He's struggling. I've been to the house to post it. He's got tarps over the roof because the roof leaks. He needs a new roof. He's just in a really bad situation right now. It's very hard. So, you know, if he could get approved for the Social Security disability, that would be great, but I don't know how long something like that takes. You know, so I don't know what we can really do
Or if
for
it would
him.
help him be able to pay off $14,000. Okay, yes, Supervisor Dickinson.
I'd like to make a motion to give him an extension
Okay, until,
until end of September.
okay.
His house is only assessed at $114,000. If the roof is leaking, it can't be anywhere near that much. I don't see how he'll ever pay these off, but I'd like to at least give him a chance to get his life straightened out before we throw him out.
I'll second that.
Okay, yes, Supervisor Lowe.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Here's another case where someone is unlikely to be able to financially continue, but they're also candidates for services that we offer, Countryside Adult Home, Section 8 housing subsidies. And I'm not a caseworker, but Lexi, is there some way we can communicate this information to this gentleman
Mm-hmm. Yep.
so that he can move forward? Because it doesn't look like he's going to be able to stay here. We give the extensions, but got to be proactive in thinking ahead. What's going to happen in September? We're going to come back here. If he doesn't take any steps, he's going to be just a month farther behind and really be behind the 8 ball, because there's unlikely will be another extension.
Is there, I don't know enough about Countryside, is there an age limit to get into Countryside?
I don't know, but I know Mr. Moore indicated that he would reach out to this gentleman to help, maybe not himself directly, but ask that DSS do so that we can point him in the right direction for services that are available.
Okay.
Okay, so I do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries unanimously too. Is there anything further to come before the committee today? Lexi? No?
No.
Anybody? Public? Thank you. Could I have a motion to adjourn, please? Supervisor Stroud and Supervisor Dickinson, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.